What's up, guys? Josh here at Ohio Fish Rescue. Today we are here to bring you another tour video monster fish update. First, we're going to start off with the outside ponds. So you can see this is the front door pond. It is getting ready for winter. The fish are already starting to hibernate. So not much going on here, but the fish do stay in the pond throughout the winter. And that's pretty much what we have. We took the net off and got a little bit of leaves in the pond, but a majority of the leaves did not go in there. So let's go ahead and take a walk out back and take a look at the rest of the ponds. All right, so we're coming up on the koi pond out back. As you can see, it is also iced over, but the water is looking pretty darn clear. You can see colors and shadows everywhere, but there are a ton of fish in here. Everything's looking like glass over here, but what I want to see is the paddlefish. So there's 7 of them in here, and they go into a semi-dormant state, which is kind of hard to see. Oh my goodness, we might not be able to see them, guys. There goes the overflow box. We're working overtime there. But over here you can see a bunch of the koi. There's a bunch of colors. You can just see silhouettes of the fish. Oh, there we go. There's the paddlefish. Let me get over here. Look at them. There's some paddlefish coming up right there. That's one of the smaller guys. If you look right up there, there goes the bigger paddlefish. So there's 1, 2, there's 3 right here. There's 4. I seen all 7 of them the other day. I know they're all still in here. They are doing great. But you see how they just move so slow in this cooler temperature water. So that's what they basically do. They go into a semi-dormant state, but they do stay moving for the most part. There's 3 right there. I see 5 right now, so there must be a couple that are, you know, swimming over there under the ice that I really can't lay my eyes on. But there we have it. There goes the paddlefish. They are super cool. And you know, we just don't get this clear of water in the summertime because of all the algae that's in the water. But now that it's cool, all the algae has died off and the water is left crystal clear. So I am, you know, excited to see how these guys act, you know, come winter time. This is the first time we've had these guys in an outdoor pond. So it's cool to see them in there, you know, natural vibes. All right, now that we got the outside done, we're gonna walk through this door, and this is where all the magic happens. Yes, this is the fish room. So we're gonna start off over here. We've got quarantine tanks. Right now we're using it as the baby grow outs. We've got some black diamond stingrays in there. We've got an albino sterlet sturgeon and 2 gold dorados. Over here is our quarantine rack. So we've got 110s up top, 75s down bottom. Same thing here, 110, 75. Over here we've got a 150 tall, and then we've got 2 40s down below. This is for different fish that come in, and they can go ahead and find new homes. So we get a lot of stuff. We get goldfish, koi, you know, we get plecos, we get our, you know, our run-of-the-litter fish like Oscars too, but we also get, you know, stuff that's a little bit nicer, like African cichlids, and you know, this arapaima down here, which he is in a sick tank. We're trying to nurse him back to health. Ever since he's came to us, he's given us problems. I personally don't really know what is wrong with him, but I am trying before he ends up dying. And of course, down here we have a 110 gallon tub here and 180 back here. This is for some of the larger fish to go ahead and quarantine in. And we just started to set up these 135. So we got the tank up top, tank down bottom. These are going to be great for quarantining fish. So this is a work in progress, but it'll be coming here relatively soon. All right, so you guys seen our quarantine setup. Actually, you missed one tank right here. We've got yet another 110 with a 75 below for quarantine. There's actually one more tank that is quarantined around here, and it's on this wall over here. We've got an 80 gallon tall with a 40 gallon below. So that is our quarantine tanks. But what's really impressive, starting on this wall, we've got 40 foot of massive aquariums This tank here is 20 foot by 3 foot by 4 foot tall, 1,800 gallons. It is filled with barbs, severums. We got archer fish up top. We've got all different types of silver dollars. We've got messiers. Just everywhere you look, you find something neat and cool that you didn't see before. Them cigar sharks are absolutely awesome. There's like 8 of them in there. Some of these bigger guys are like 16, 17 inch. Some of the smaller ones are, you know, 8, 10 inch. That little guy's like 6 inch. And they all live peacefully together. We've got big ballast sharks in here and flagtails, just super awesome fish. There's also a small school of clown loaches that are in the back. We've got parrotfish, and they all just kind of get along. This is what I call a freshwater community tank. Nobody causes problems. You got an African scat here. You don't see those too much in the hobby. And then right next door, it's Sister Tank, which these aquariums came from the show Tank that was built for the Bellagio Casino in Vegas. This is our fresh water reef. So we didn't take out the artificial corals, so we stocked them with fish that would supplement the color. So we thought nothing better than African cichlids. We love the peacock cichlids, and there's a bunch of mbunas in here which we're actually trying to phase out. We want more of the pretty peacocks, so that there's some giraffe cichlids there, venustus. We got, you know, blueberry peacocks, strawberry peacocks. This is a starry night. It's actually a bleaker eye. We've got basically a wide variety of stuff in here. I can go on for days naming them, but quite frankly, I forgot all the names, but there's probably about 100 different types of African cichlids in here, and we are just getting started. All right, so bend in the corner over here, this is a 265. We've got Tesla, our electric eel. This is a getting to be about a 4 foot long electric eel. He's probably somewhere around 3.5 if I'm being honest. But he is a big boy. There goes my fist right next to him. And they don't really move so much, so a bunch of people complain about, oh, he's too big for that tank. Well, he doesn't really move too much. These guys are used to living in, you know, smaller bodies of water down in their native land of South America. And it would be a little bit of a shame to have one of these large tanks over here just for this small eel. He will get upgraded as he grows. He is one of our mascots. We love him to death. We actually got this sign with the probes in the water, so when he puts off an electric shock, he can actually light up this sign. I'm not gonna force him into doing it, but if he does it real quick, I don't think he's going to. But moving on, in the tank right next door, we've got Lavaca, our MBU puffer. She comes from Africa, and right below it, we've got a 100-gallon, it used to be a frag tank. We have just a little bit of water in it set up for turtles down there. Yes, we are a fish rescue, but you'd be surprised at how many different types of animals people drop off here. Turtles, rabbits, ferrets, birds, dogs, cats, you name it. It just comes naturally. All right, bend in this corner here, we've got our stingray pond, which these are some rays that we grew out personally. Some of them were donated to us. Like you can see, this is a normal black diamond eclipse ray. Then you can see these are some nice quality black diamonds, but this one here is actually a white diamond. This is a super high quality ray. That was actually something that was donated to us. There was actually 3 of them, and if you follow along on the video, you'll be able to see them. There's actually another one over there. They hit some amazing growth spurts, and the third one is in the baby grow out, and she is just about ready to come over here and join their friends again. So that was an awesome pickup. The guy actually spent his own money and sent the rays here, and he wanted to see them on video. They are living out their life. There is actually an albino pearl in this pond too. I am not seeing her. She is probably under here. There's a couple rays. There's even a fly river turtle in here, but they love to hide underneath this sump. It's dark away from the action. So if I see her out while I'm filming this video, I will go ahead and get her on camera too, along with the fly river turtle. But moving on, We've got a 90 gallon with a 75 below, nothing in the bottom tank right now. The top tank is nothing but angelfish and a couple of plecos. Looking over to our left, we have a planted discus tank. So these are just a couple discus, so something, you know, neat and clean. Planted aquarium just to show that we can pretty much do it all. We've got our Chinese algae eaters, of course. But now we can get to the good stuff. All right, moving on. We've got the 1,000-gallon aquarium over here. This is home to some of our mini monsters. We've got a whole collection of bichers in here, some gars, some arowana. You got the Jardini and the black arrow, redtail giant gourami. Even got a fly river turtle and a giraffe-nosed catfish. Got a tigrinus catfish. That's one of people's favorites when they come here and visit. Got a large flagtail over here. And one of my favorites in this tank is this firewood catfish. Absolutely love them. It's a planiceps cat. Got a huge fire eel in the back, some granulosus cats, and of course some striped Raffaella cats. Before we go on to some of the bigger tanks, we're going to cut back over here. We've got this 2,200 gallon. This is our albino or color morph tank. We've got platinum redtails. We've got albino giant gouramis, Oscars. We've got xanthic short body gar. Absolutely awesome gar. This is a donation from one of our good buddies, Vince. We got some albino iridescent sharks in there, some albino plecos. You name it, we probably have it. Over in this tank, this is a 750. We've got clown knives. We've got lungfish. These are African lungfish. There's two of them in there. Got a pictus cat. Of course, we got more gar in here. We've got a melanistic tropical gar and a regular tropical gar right here. We got some Florida gars and some spotted gars. There's an Asian redtail catfish in the back there and a royal clown knife and this beautiful veil tail Oscar. We got our lovely tortoises back here. They are soaking up in their little hot box back there, but they are some sulcata tortoises. Moving on, we've got one of my favorite catfish, the Goonch catfish right here, is also known as the devil catfish, one of the 7 known man-eaters of the world. He is growing good. He is in this 650-gallon aquarium. This is probably our oldest tank here. This tank has to be, God, 20, 25 years old, something like that. As you can see, it's seen better days. We're holding parts of the stand-up with extra pieces of wood. So it's a matter of time before we got to take this beast down. But we've got Sparata aor, or the Indian shovel nose here. We've got fly river turtle yet again. We got datnoids. We've got barramundi. We've got the largest Adonis pleco in the United States. That is a big old beast. And of course, we got a jowl catfish right here. He is also another known man-eating catfish. Over in this next tank, we've got 2 arapaimas growing out, along with an armatus catfish. And of course, we got some stingrays. And remember I told you about the other white diamond? Well, it is right here. You can see his underside of his disc. He even has spots. An absolutely stunning ray. And here she goes. So when they look young, they develop different spotting as they grow up. So when she was younger, all her spots were a little closer to get together, and she looked like a super spot, but they've kind of dispersed a little bit. Still an absolutely gorgeous ray. As compared to a regular Leopoldi here, you can just see the quality difference there. But this is a 600-gallon tank here. Then over here we've got our 3,000-gallon paku aquarium with some catfish and some turtles. But this is a tank that we homemade. It's 3,000 gallons, as I said, but we've got mostly paku in here. Some big boys. We got 50-pound, 60-pound paku in here, which is just insane. But there's a bunch of them. And we got Godzilla, the giant Mexican musk turtle, coming up. Look at him. Super cool. All right, now looking over here, we've got the 4,400-gallon mega aquarium. This is the largest tank that we actually have. And this one is 14 by 7 by 6. Home to many, 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 many monsters. Arowanas, we've got Atlantic tarpon, giant gouramis, marble catfish, big old Niger cats. You've got, you know, cichlids. We've got all different types of cichlids in here. There's Midas down there. Paroon shark, short body, lemon barbs. And of course, you look in here, you'll find stuff that they didn't even mention. The black ear pangasius. Gotta love them. All right, but the real prize is through this door. Let's take a look. Boom. All right, so this is the home to our, you know, secondary fish home out here. This is what we call the monster pond room, and there's tanks pretty much everywhere. But before the light fades too much, we're going to talk about this monster pond. This was a indoor, you know, diving swimming pool. As you got the diving board there. This was 12 foot deep on this end, 3.5 over there. We are actually filling her back up right now, but this is home to some of our most monster fish. We got over 6 foot long arapaima right here. This is Brutus and his friend Bruiser over there. We've got some massive gar in here, platinum alligator gar. We got some regular short body gar. Got an albino alligator gar there. We've got all different types of catfish, some absolute humongous redtail cats in here. You don't even really give these guys the credit that they deserve, because you're looking at them from on top and you don't realize just the sheer size of some of these fish, and they are impressive. I so wish that this was a tank above ground that we could actually see in, or we had a way to get down below and, you know, view into the side of this pond. That would be absolutely awesome. But we've got a lot more monster fish in here that I really can't point out because it is getting dark. We've got giant gouramis, paroon sharks. We got all different kinds of stuff. Over here is a 350. Got a super nice flower horn in here. And then we got plecos of all different sorts. There goes a blue phantom. Here goes a watermelon royal plecos, albino gibiceps. I've got an albino Chinese whales back here. And there's some more in there, but we're going to keep on going on. We've got this 580 over here with a stunning geophagus. This is a red earth eater. Absolutely stunning fish. Everyone is impressed with him. Of course, we got another armadas here, another Chinese whales. We got albino arowana up top. You know, I love my albino and color morph fish. African giraffe nose cat over here. Some tinfoil barbs, and then we've got the prized possession in this tank, the Australian lungfish. This was given to us by our buddy at Lone Star Exotic Fish. If you guys haven't checked him out, go ahead and check him out. He's got some great fish in stock there. So we've got these tanks across the back of the monster pond, and these are just, you know, koi tanks back there. We're going to get going and finish this off across the pond. But we're going to walk by what was going to be the saltwater tanks. Of course, we've got the saltwater lights up here from our buddies over at reefbreeders.com. These are his 32-inch Photon V2 lights that we are going to hang above here. And that's what's going to light this tank here, kind of like what's going on over here. Oh, we got the Dwight Howard aquarium here. This was a big reptile tank, half water, half reptile. But we're going to get into more of the good stuff. I'm going to keep this fishy related. This is a 750-gallon goldfish tank, essentially, with one of my other prized fish. This is a super white diamondback sturgeon. Absolutely loved this fish. And he just looks great with all of the goldfish in here. You got the long flowy fins. Everything just looks like they are floating. The next tank over, you've got some South American fish, which I'm actually working on breaking this tank down. I really don't care for it. I don't like it, so I'm going to put the Feste probably back into the 350 over there. I might get rid of these guys here, and we might turn this into something else. Next tank over, we've got the 700 gallon. This is a Frontosa tank, so that's pretty much all that we have in here. Then over here we got a 1,000 gallon bass tank, which I did get rid of a couple out of here, but we still got a few in here. I'll never get rid of my Demensis, and these guys were rescues that I said I would keep. They're just some mono peacock bass here. And there is a gold kelberry that's hiding back there. I don't see him right now. He's in the back cave. And there's also a black dragon cactus platinum. Oh, he's actually right there. There's actually another one in that tank right there. But as you can see, we've got more tanks to set up. This is a 1,000 gallon acrylic aquarium that I still have to plumb in and set back up. But this is kind of on the back burner for me right now. I've got other projects that I want to get moving on. So hope you guys enjoyed today's monster fish update tour video. We will catch you in the next video. As always, stay fishy, my friends.